Every relationship ends. Sometimes with distance, sometimes with silence, sometimes with a sentence that changes everything. Sometimes with a slow realization that the person beside you is no longer walking the same direction. So if the ending is inevitable, why do we stay at all? Why choose attachment knowing that loss is waiting somewhere ahead? Why build something that time will eventually take apart? Most people believe relationships are only valuable if they last forever. If it ends, it failed. If it hurts, it was a mistake. If it doesn't survive time, then it wasn't worth the effort. That belief sounds logical. It sounds protective, but it quietly teaches us to live guarded lives. It trains us to love carefully, to keep one foot out the door, to avoid depth so pain has less room to grow. And over time, we start confusing emotional distance with wisdom. We start calling detachment maturity. We call leaving early self-respect. We call avoidance strength. But what we're really doing is shrinking our capacity to feel. This question matters now because people have never been more connected and never been more afraid of closeness. We have unlimited access to each other, yet we hesitate to commit to presence. We scroll past lives, we swipe past people, we replace instead of repair. This isn't a conversation for people chasing certainty. It's for those who feel the tension between wanting to love deeply and wanting to protect themselves from loss. We're taught that the goal of love is permanence. Forever becomes the measurement, the finish line, the proof that something was real. But nothing else in life is held to that standard. We don't call a song meaningless because it ends. We don't dismiss a sunset because it disappears. We don't regret a season because it changed. Yet when it comes to relationships, we demand immortality. And that demand poisons the experience before it even begins. Because when forever becomes the requirement, presence becomes conditional. Letting go early feels intelligent. It feels like foresight. If you leave first, you don't have to be abandoned. You don't have to experience the moment when someone else decides they no longer choose you. Leaving early gives the illusion of control. It tells you that pain was avoided, that you stayed ahead of the damage. But what you're actually avoiding isn't pain, it's vulnerability. Being fully present means accepting uncertainty. It means allowing yourself to be seen without guarantees. It means staying open in a world that eventually closes every door. And that is terrifying, because the deeper the connection, the louder the ending echoes. The more real it was, the more it hurts to lose. So the instinct becomes simple. Care less, attach less, expect less. But every time you leave early, you don't just escape pain. You abandon transformation. Connection changes us in ways solitude never can. It tests our patience, it exposes our wounds, it forces us to confront parts of ourselves we would otherwise ignore. The conversations you don't have, the apologies you never learn to make, the emotional muscles you never develop. Those losses don't announce themselves. They don't feel dramatic, but they accumulate quietly. And over time, you may realize you've protected yourself so well that nothing meaningful can reach you anymore. We treat relationships like investments. We calculate risk. We look for guarantees. We ask what we'll get in return. If the future isn't secure, we hesitate to begin. If the ending looks painful, we step away. But relationships were never meant to be contracts. They're not promises of permanence. They're experiences. They exist to shape you while they last, to teach you something about yourself, to show you how deeply you can feel, how openly you can care, how present you can be. And that change doesn't disappear just because the relationship ends. Staying doesn't mean ignoring reality. It doesn't mean pretending people won't change. It means accepting impermanence and choosing presence anyway. It means understanding that safety and meaning rarely coexist. Staying is not weakness, it's not naivety, it's courage. Because it requires you to love without guarantees, to invest without certainty, to care without armor. And in a world obsessed with control, that is a radical choice. When a relationship ends, something always remains. Not the person, not the routine, but the impact. The way your perspective widened, the way your emotional range expanded, the way you learned what matters to you. You don't leave unchanged, you never do. And sometimes the transformation was the purpose, not the duration, not the promise of forever. Nothing lasts, but not everything that ends was a mistake. Some things exist to teach you how to feel. Some people enter your life to show you what's possible. Some relationships are meant to end, but still be meaningful. Staying doesn't mean refusing to let go. It means choosing to be present while you're still there. Because avoiding pain also avoids depth. Avoiding endings also avoid beginnings. And if you spend your life leaving early, one day you may realize you never fully arrived anywhere at all. Nothing changes if nothing changes. But now, at least, you know where to look.